Well, good Saturday morning, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records. We're back after taking a weekend off, so to speak, Saturday last week. It felt a little weird not doing a live update, but I needed the full day off. For those of you that missed it, with the holiday weekend last week, we were planning on taking Sunday off. I'd kind of had that blocked off as it was for last week. But then round about Thursday, Friday-ish, the landlord here at the store said, hey, we're going to resurface the parking lot. And yeah, that's about that. So he gave me the option of staying open, but everything would have had to have been roped off on Saturday. And folks would have to park on the street or on the side street and work their way in via a sidewalk. And I just said, you know what? Taking Sunday, let's just take Saturday off as well. So hopefully you guys understood. Little recharge time, but that also meant that there was no live update last week. I didn't do an upcoming release video last week, but that's okay because there was really not a lot coming out. Anyhow, and even with the holiday weekend, we did not get any new releases this week. I'll talk about that here in a second because Monday is off for the delivery services as well. So that stymied us, and I thought, you know what, let's just kind of have a chill week. But we're back at it now. That also meant, by the way, that there was no podcast with Steve Carlson, but that's a whole nother story. And I'll touch on that here in a couple of moments. Regardless though, it's good to be back. We are here for the weekend. We're good to go. We're ready to rock it out for the day. It's a nice looking Saturday here at the mid-Michigan area at the store. Sunny outside, but a little chilly. I'm not going to complain about that. A little warm up a little bit. And I think we're up for a big warm up next week. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. So, well, let's say a few hellos this morning and see who we're catching up with that we haven't talked to in a while. Let's see out there. Wow, there's a few of you there. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Jennifer saying good morning. TC from TKR checking in from the doctor's office, catching the replay. Thank you. Hopefully all is going well, went well in the past tense if you're looking at the replay. Betty from Toledo saying good morning. Mike K saying good morning as well as Chuck. Gerard is checking in as well. Dan, good morning. Yeah, I did. It was a much needed break. Dan, I sat in a camper in front of a campfire. Not going to complain about that at all. And it's some campfire news coming up here too. So, and Ryan Blade saying, hey to you as well, good sir. So yeah, not a lot going on this week. I don't have any new releases, so to speak. I've got a couple things to show you, but because we didn't get a shipment in, and I opted for that, it was kind of the weird combination of not a lot of interesting stuff being released. The delivery delay meant that it wouldn't have gotten here till Friday, so it wouldn't have been in the video yesterday anyhow. So we just put out a vintage vinyl video yesterday with some cool stuff, a lot of cool stuff left on that as well. But just a couple things to tell you about on the new video side of things. Oh, you know what? I'm going to get to that in a second. Let me wrap up a couple. I mentioned campfire. One of the things we did get to do, and we've been kind of, Kim and I have been kind of slack on this for a while, and it's just a matter of let's get back into it again. Oh, wait, a couple more hellos to kick in there. Dave from Texas. Hey, good morning, sir. And Keaton saying good morning as well. Thank you guys for being here. Let's see here. So yeah, in front of the campfire, Kim and I have been kind of lax on this for, it seems like the past year or so here at the store. And that's the idea of our craft record bowls. And now we've done a small restock on that because again, we're sitting by a campfire. We don't like doing these things in the house. Just kind of smells, but a campfire is another story. So Kim revised her method of creating these a little bit from the way we used to do them. She found a couple of other more interesting tools to make them work. So we have added, I think I've got 9 of the craft bowls in, and we're going to work on more over the next, I don't know, couple weeks here. We'll have some in stock throughout the summer. And these are cool ones as well. So if you're unfamiliar with what this is, what we do is we take a piece of vinyl. Yes, this is a Rolling Stones record. Now, before you purists start raising your fists and shaking them at us, saying, what do you do destroying vinyl to make bowls? Actually, I mean, that has happened. Kim took a few of these to a craft show several years ago, and there were some geezers there saying, oh, you're wrecking vinyl. You shouldn't be doing that. Well, here's the deal. These are pre-wrecked. These are things that I could not, would not, and should not put out on the floor for sale. They're damaged. They're warped to begin with beyond any kind of fix. They're just too scratched to mess with. So we do not use vinyl that is in decent enough shape to play. How's that? Does that sound better? So this is stuff that we do just turn into bowls. And so the new system makes it a little easier. They're flat on the one side. So we kind of bend them over when they melt. It doesn't take long to do them. So yeah, we got some. There's one on the Swan Song label. It's not Zeppelin. Don't worry. It's a bad company off of there. So we got some Deep Purple here. And I even we did a couple Christmas ones too. So this one's coming up for the holiday. Some colored vinyl, some stuff that wasn't good to use. And like I said, I think we've got about 9 or 10 of them in the store. They're $5 a piece. We're not looking to go crazy on them, but we'll be adding to those throughout the summer as our campfire time permits. So we're doing some of those as well. Chuck asking if there's a Black Sabbath. Yes, I think so. I think I did set one aside. I'm going to have to find that, Chuck. But yeah, there is one coming. We'll get that for you. So that's what we were up to, aside from sitting around a campfire. I even hit some garage sales. We were a little bit out of town. Not far, but hit some garage sales. No luck on the vinyl. Yeah, that's the way it is. That's how it goes. Even went to an outdoor flea market, which was interesting, and they did have a crate of vinyl there. But it was all old country, of which we've got plenty here, and overpriced Elvis. It was a little insane. Okay, a couple of new things to talk about here. Not in the new vinyl release. I think I put this in. I may have missed this last week. I don't remember offhand. But the guys from See You Next Tuesday stopped in last week. They're a great local metal band, Bay City, some ties to Midland as well, mid-Michigan. Bay City proper, though. These guys have released a new piece of vinyl. You know, we've been carrying their Distractions LP for quite some time. But this one here is kind of a collaborative effort with another band called Meth, and the release is called Asymmetrics. And it was explained to me as See You Next Tuesday and Meth get together, and they're kind of intermingling and working with each other's music. So it's some great heavier speed stuff. I'm trying to think of what the proper terminology. I'm not up on my absolute metal terms, but if you're looking for some great local music, we've got that here from Asymmetrics from the guys from See You Next Tuesday, along with Meth. I had a couple of these. One's already gone. This one is on a clear grape with yellow splatter vinyl. We can get more of those if needed, so make sure you check them out online if you're curious and go from there. Another big release, it's been going kind of crazy on the vinyl community side of things on the YouTube channels. Mostly positive. I did see one video, I didn't watch it, but I did see one video that was critical that said Pink Floyd's reissue of Pompeii was the worst thing ever, and I would tend to disagree with that. It's actually pretty cool to have. We did get a restock of Pompeii the week before last, and so I still have 2 or 3 of them. If you're still looking for a copy of that, we do have them. They're very cool. But I did break format. This is not a compact disc, by the way, but yeah, folks know us that we just carry vinyl, and I field questions every week. Where are the CDs? I'm like, not here, man. But because I wanted one of these, I got another one for the store. This is the Blu-ray of the Pink Floyd Pompeii movie with audio remixed by Steven Wilson. So some very cool stuff. I've not had a chance to even look at mine yet on the Blu-ray side. Less, I'm not even giving it a run through the good system at home. But yeah, the groundbreaking film remastered from the original 35 millimeter footage. They upscaled this. They even released an IMAX version in the theater. So we're getting the, I think, probably 4K mastered down to Blu-ray version of this, which is going to look great with the audio remix by Steven Wilson. So I've got one copy of this. These things are going to be easy to get a hold of. I'm going to probably try and have one in the store if you're interested. And if you have a Blu-ray player, you can get a hold of that. But we do have that here in the store. All right, looking at the time, I think we are doing good here. Jordan chiming in on there, I won't call it up, asking if anyone caught Billy Strings in Grand Rapids. It is a good day to listen. That's a good call, Jordan. Thank you. I've got some Billy Strings. We're going to throw Highway Prayers and Home on later today, I think. No, I saw that Strings was playing in Grand Rapids last night. Watched a little bit of the live stream that he puts on his YouTube channel that goes to nugs.net. They put up about 10 minutes at the beginning of every show. And then I saw some pictures from friends, Facebook friends that had stopped out to that. But always a good time checking Billy out. All right, if you've also been paying attention to our YouTube channel, which, by the way, please hit that subscribe button. We're getting pretty close to I forget. We're nearing a milestone. We're like 6 away from 2,900 or something like that. We'll figure it out. I'll look at it again. But I did take the time last week to put up a couple of videos of just some local stuff that we've had laying around that I've been trying to ingest and getting in here. And I've got a few more that are in the wings I'm editing on that will get them up. Just some oddities. I think I've got a square dancing video and a how to make millions prospecting for sales type of thing. One of those self-help ones from the 60s. But I did put this one up last week. It's a 45 from a Saginaw artist, a pair of artists named Thornton and Sheard. If you want to, I think I did a little piece on this on our podcast without Steve a week or so back, asking for some help in IDing this one. And then I put the full audio up of the A and B side of this, which I think it's kind of garage rock, that early 80s garage rock sound, but it's got some very funk soul sound to it as well. And the artist had been very difficult to track some information on. One of the viewers on our YouTube channel chimed in. They did some deep dig research that I've not been able to get to and found some other information on the artists a little bit here and there. We'll talk about that on the podcast coming up with Steve on Sunday. But the big thing is trying to determine the valuation of something like that. The folks that helped us out with some of the research said they found an older eBay auction on that kicked the selling price, not saying it's worth that, but kicked the selling price out at around $100. So that's actually kind of cool. But we'll talk about this more with Steve tomorrow on the podcast. Two guys talking about records. Let me call that up real quick. That again, we missed the episode last week because this is Steve's super busy time with his retirement out in Colorado. So he's been just swamped with work, getting ready for the summer season with his family's pool cleaning business. He manages it. He doesn't wear a Speedo and clean pools, just so you know. But I did talk with Steve a little bit yesterday, so he's trying to get a bit back grounded. He's going to take a day off on Sunday tomorrow, and we will record the new episode of the podcast tomorrow morning, and it'll be up tomorrow afternoon, just kind of playing catch up with that. So two guys talking about records. If you get a chance to catch it, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart. It's on our YouTube channel as well, but check that out when you do have a chance, please. All right, let's see here. Fred checking in from Grand Rapids as well, saying hello. Good morning to you, sir, and thank you for being here. And quite frankly, I think that is just about it. I'm going to get the turntable going and the lava lamp. I don't know if we're going to run it today or not, but we'll get things going. The schedule, I mentioned last week we were gone, surprisingly, from the Saturday and Sunday leading up because of the work in our parking area. And I mentioned this to you guys way back in January when we started the year off, that 25 was going to be a year of me kind of stepping back a little bit at a time and taking a little time off. I haven't done that in roughly 8 years, a little bit here and there, of course, obviously, but no substantial stuff. But we've got a week off coming up in June, which starts tomorrow. So that'll be mid-June. We're going to take a week off there. I'm going to take a week off in mid-July as well. And August is up in the air, but there may be a couple of days here in August as well. But yeah, I'm going to kind of chill for a little bit this summer, folks. Hope you guys can handle that. But we'll be here otherwise. But today, you know what? We're here. It's Saturday. Doors are opening in a couple of minutes here at 10 a.m. and we'll be here until 4 p.m. today, our regular hours. And then Sunday tomorrow, 12 noon until 4 p.m. as well. Closed on Monday and Tuesday. Back at it again on Wednesday of next week. So I hope you folks have a great rest of weekend. Get out, enjoy yourself before that sunshine goes away again. But as I said, I think I saw some warmer temperatures on the way. They're coming. They'll be here. Don't worry. Summer falls on a Wednesday this summer, or this week, this month. Sorry. Screwed the joke up. I think I'm still recovering from the longer weekend. All right. You folks have a great one, and we will talk to you next time from Radio Wasteland. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Watch for the new release video. Yep, I will get one done today, and the podcast with Steve coming up tomorrow, Sunday. Have a great one, folks, and we'll talk to you next time from Radio Wasteland. As always, thank you so much for being here.